Hello, 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 and welcome to an EpicSeven World Championship clip. Innovative. Unique. Neither of those things. Anyway, we're looking at this match against Nobunaga Moai. This was one of, if not the most torturous, excruciating battles of my life. To start things off, it was very fun. I hated every second of it. There's a miserable experience from start to finish. I can only imagine for both of us, but I enjoyed it. It was a very good match. Major shout outs to Nobunaga. They have a legend frame. I assume they're a very good player. So we can just hop right in. So for the draft picks, they got first pick. They went Arwell. I went DJB because I go DJB. He just happened to be good into Arwell. What can I say? And then I went A-Roz as my tank because obviously Arwell is taken from me. In response, they went Sharoon and Rimuru. If it's a damage Rimuru, we're in trouble. If it's not, I think I can manage with that. I responded with Ilanov because I wanted to give her a shot, because I'd been recently destroyed by one. So I thought, hey, maybe mine is good. It's not. And we went with Solitaria as well to control the Rimuru, to just slow down the team in general. And they went in response, Ed and Arya, because Arya into 2 fire units and a non-damage dealer, and Ed into Solitaria is very good. I went with Landy in response to that, assuming that she would be banned, and I imagine my opponent thought that I thought that they would ban Landy, so they were going to do the big brain play of banning Solitaria and having a Solitaria or an Ed versus Landy match. But I also had the big brain play of thinking they're not going to ban my Landy, they're going to ban my Solitaria, thinking that I'm going to leave their Ed in. So nothing, we just banned each other's Solitaria and Ed, the 2 counters to each other. So I got Landy against Arya, which is pretty good. Anyway, let's stop pussyfooting around and jump right into the match. It is a long one, so strap in. There are also several things I want you to keep track of in this game. One, the Rimuru, pretty fast. It's like 230, 240 speed if it's right behind my DJB, the Arwell as well, pretty fast. It is a 20k HP Rimuru though, so I am not scared of its damage. We work with that. Ilanov got countered. That was to be expected, so I don't get the crit damage buff up immediately. A-Roz, I'm just going to have him S3 for now, give everybody a defense buff. I find out it is a counter Sharoon, which is important to note. Just for the future, it's always good to know if a unit is a counter unit or not. They're going to steal my buffs. Not that it mattered. I didn't go into stealth anyway. Whatever. They don't have very many barriers left, so DJB is not going to do much. I don't know why they're still going into DJB. I imagine just because he's a general nuisance and a cleanser. That doesn't stop them from throwing the S3 out into the wind. And they hit the A-Roz, which doesn't seem to be an issue. But here's where we start counting. That's dual attack number 1 with the Arya. And my Ilanov finally woke up from being stunned and countered, but it wasn't the good counter, it was the regular one. DJB, I'm just going to push everybody forward because I don't want any more debuffs on my team, and I want to cycle my Landy as much as humanly possible. A-Roz, we're going to go into the Sharoon, just do some damage onto her. We find out the Sharoon is Idol's Cheer. There is dual attack number 2. I am losing my mind. Surely they won't get 3. There's 3, and with Arya again. So now Arya can S3 and immediately get her S2. I'm dying inside. Boy, this game, it just wanted me to lose from the get-go. But if there was one saving grace this entire time, it was Landy, who remembered that she's a grass unit fighting a water unit. So she actually does her job, which I am so happy for. I reset the barriers. Landy broke Arwell out of stealth, so I can hit something. Ilanov gets another counter. She's on Elbrus, by the way. I don't know what happened to that. She hits the Shroon, not the good one. Not the good S2. So again, we're perfectly fine. Rimmer is going to go into the DJB, but I'm still safe behind the general power. There's another dual attack. We're at 4, baby. And I haven't gotten any. So we're at 4. 4 dual attacks. Oh boy, Rimmeru's going to steal my buffs. That is perfectly acceptable because Landy is going next, and that is all just Landy food. Plus, I have enough souls to soul burn, which is great because I'm going to do exactly that. Chunk them down, find out the Arwell is on Holy Sack. That will be important for later as well. Also, it means they're not on Adamant Shield. Gonna rip another S3 into everybody. The Rimmeru, if you have not noticed, is on Prophetic Candlestick, which is annoying. Ilanov, I decided to S-True into Sharoon. She's blind. Can she hit? No, she cannot. Alright. Well, their Rimmeru is also blind. So surely the law of equivalent exchange says that he won't hit and he hit my Landy. Great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sharoon needs to die. And I do get a little bit of healing from this, which is great. Rimmeru. Rimmeru. All right, Landy, just dodge, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will get rid of this defense buff right away. Oh my goodness. Are we dodging a bullet? Maybe. Landy, go into Rimmeru, get rid of him. I finally get a dual attack with Ilanov. Great. Thank you. It's 4-1 now. Gonna do this just for the crit damage buff for Landy, because that will do a lot of damage. Soul burn to get the Landy. Hope I kill it. I do not. Landy dodge. Oh, and the Landy dodge. Thank goodness. 4 dual attacks, 2 of which were with the Arya before her turn. What a menace. What an absolute menace. But that is not the end of the saga. There are 2 matches in preliminaries. So we are going to watch this one. I get first pick this time. I'm going DJB again because I know that their main tank is Arwell. They go Arwell and DDR. DDR is pretty good here because I can't pick Ed. He's already pre-banned, so can't get rid of him. I decide to go for Yolha and Dilibet. I don't know why I chose Dilibet instead of Araz, or Yolha instead of Araz. I just wanted to give her a shot. Could be fun. They go with Destina and Ilanov so that they can show me what a good Ilanov actually looks like. I go with Rimmeru and Arya to steal their tech, and they choose Rylet. Rylet and Arya end up getting banned. All right, let's go. Is their Ilanov better than mine? Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes. I'm not going to do anything with DJB quite yet. They're going to go into my Rimmeru, hope to stun him, but the ER Rimmeru pays dividends once again. I will take your nice chunky barriers. I will also take your hit buff. Not that it matters, but I took it. Rimmeru, not going to do anything right now because I would like to soul burn him if I could at all. DDR going to do DDR things. Push everybody up with his S2. Ilanov going to do Ilanov things. And S3, they speed-tuned immaculately because their Destina will now go and push the Ilanov the rest of the 50% to S3, S2 combo. Doesn't really break through that much. Yolha gets a little bit of Venom on her. That's fine. I don't particularly care about that much. Crit damage buff on everybody doesn't matter because Ilanov is the only damage whatsoever. So we're just going to work with that. They are going to rip the S2 into Yolha so that Yolha is useless. But she can still provoke people, which will be useful. I go into the Ilanov to get a little bit of damage because she's the only damage dealer. Redirected provoke, find out the DDR is on Wondrous Potion Vial. That is a little unfortunate. But what are you going to do? They're going to go into Yolha's Sleepy Time for the Cray Cray Lazy. Lazy? Lady. Lazy Crady. Words are hard. I'm going to invert the barriers while I still can. And now seems like as good a time as any to hit the S1 button. You thought I was going to say S3, but joke's on you. I don't remember this fight because I tried to block it out of my memory because it's once again, just going to keep going. Rimuru doesn't need to S3 yet. Hit the Ilanov. It is a counter Ilanov. Good information to know for the future. Dual attack number 5. Counting is fun. S1 replaced by the S2 number 1. I'm hating everything. I'm losing my mind. I had already lost my mind. This isn't helping. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's just a 3% chance for the dual attack. That's so big. That's such a big number. DJB is going to get immunity up because their DDR has 1 turn until the Ravens show up. Gonna keep going into Ilanov because I like poking the bear. Ilanov is going to counter. Thank God it is only the S1. Rimuru now has Soul Burn for his S3. I'm going to go into the only person with a buff, which is Arwell, so that I can defense break everybody, because that is what I want. I don't defense break the Destina, but I really never expect to. Arwell, gonna go into the Rimuru. You got rid of my escort buff, but guess what? I'm taking your escort buff and your hit chance buff now. DJB just needs to keep healing people. That's all I care about. Ilanov, will she get the S1? She does. Thank goodness. DDR happens to get rid of the redirected provoke, but that means he still has the defense break. And Destina can only choose one person to heal with her S3 because she already used her S3. With her S2, she already used her S3. They choose DDR because he is immensely annoying. I S3 hoping to reset the Ilanov. I do get the Ilanov. It does counter. I kill the Arwell and it comes back, but my DJB is next. So the Arwell can't S3 or else everyone dies. So they're just going to go into the Rimuru. Perfectly fine. DDR is going to do his funny Raven stuff. That's fine. I'm just going to go into the Ilanov, counter her. Yolha is essentially done at this point. She hasn't done much, so I'm just going to use her S3 to try and kill the Ilanov. Not quite so close. And the stun gets lifted. But I'm not very afraid. If they do the S3, which they're obviously going to, it will put to sleep pretty much everyone. Yolha explodes. But my Dilibet is coming up next. So regardless of what they do here, Ilanov will die. They probably could have S3'd, but I can see why they wouldn't want to with DJB's S2 still available. So they're just going to wake the baby. I am going to kill this Ilanov once and for all. Get rid of him. Rimuru has his S3 available again. I decide to go into the Arwell. I probably should have gone into the DDR, but what are you going to do? I wanted to get rid of the Arwell because she's a pain to deal with, and that mitigation is notable. Rimuru is going to get slept. Perfectly fine. Is it time to wake the baby? Baby gets to wake up. Baby gets to go to sleep. Dual attack number 6. Can I get a dual attack? I think I've had one. Thank you. Perfectly timed dual attack with the DJB. There's a DDR and a DJB. I'm going to say a lot of letters, and none of them are going to mean anything. Rimmeru's going to go pop. He's dead. DJB is asleep, but that's understandable. It is Frenzy 7. Gonna put the Dilibet to sleep, but Dilibet will just passively be gaining stacks of Fighting Spirit. DDR gonna go again, probably gonna S2, but DJB still exists. I'm going to put immunity up on everybody so that nobody can get venomed anymore. Nobody can fall asleep anymore, because that is just a lot of tempo. They're going to go into the DJB, which is understandable. I am not going to use Dilibet's S3, because that is the only AoE I have at this time. So if Destina uses her S3, or more like when Destina uses her S3, I need to be able to kill as many people in one fell swoop as possible. DDR here, just gonna S1 into the DJB because the damage is more important than the non-effective stun. I get another dual attack. Thank you, everyone. Every theological god, everyone in history ever. Thank you. I appreciate it. DDR is gonna die. I thought about hitting the Destina, but I figured killing the DDR would be better. Destina's going to go, and thankfully, my Dilibet is also at full Fighting Spirit, so she's going to get rid of that. Ilanov only has her S1, but that has never stopped her before, because she's going to get the extra attack, the S2 special one, and it's going to go into DJB, and he's going to explode, just like everyone before her. But I have my S3, so everyone but Destina will die. Except the Ilanov is also on Holy Sack. It just didn't proc the first time. Uh-oh, I'm in danger. They're going to push up the Ilanov. Understandable. They still only have their S1. There it goes. There's the S2. They got it almost every single time. But, Dilibet, can you do me a favor? Can you outspeed this Destina? Please, you're dead if you don't. Please? Thank you. Oh my god. This was the most agonizing 17 minutes of my life. I think it was more than that because you have to count in the drafting. This was like 20 minutes of just pure pain. Oh my god. I can't believe, 1, I came out on top. 2, I didn't throw my phone out the window. I thought about it, but not worth it if you're surprised to find that out. What a game. Absolute. I have no words. I have many words in my brain, and abysmal does not even come close to describing the experience of this fight. They got 6 dual attacks. I got 3, which means between 2 matches, there were 9 dual attacks. And I know you can go ahead and count, you statisticians. You can count all of the turns that were taken between those two, which I think was like 64 and 50 something. So out of 120 turns, 9 dual attacks is actually not that many. I don't know why I've turned into Kermit the Frog, but you'd find that is roughly 3%. So it doesn't matter. It just feels bad. You can throw numbers all you want. It just is a bad feel in a game to have something that is that low of a percentage happen with such frightening regularity. Anyway, I digress. Nobunaga, if you ever see this, wonderful match. I hated every moment of it, which means it was a good standard match. So thank you. Viewers, if you liked this video, which I cannot imagine you did, thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe for more content like this, as well as the EpicSeven World Championship videos. It does a lot. It does more than you think. Trust me. Any momentum to help get us to 1,000 subscribers so I can start selling out and monetizing these videos beyond recognition, boy, let's get there. I'm not serious, or am I? It's like a 50-50. If you did not like the video, leave a comment down below telling me which of the dual attacks was your favorite, because there's a lot to choose from in actuality. And if you felt incredibly ambivalent about this entire experience, which I cannot fault you for, I don't know, go like have a nap, because I'm tired after this, so I can imagine you are as well.